Hey, golf people. We are live, and I don't do these very often. We haven't done one since we hit 10,000, but that was only a few weeks ago. So it's great to welcome the 6,000 new folks to this channel. I don't like to call people subscribers. I like to call you friends, golf people, part of the Let's Play Through Golf people community. So I try not to use the word subscribers, just a little weird thing I've got. But welcome to the 6,000 new folks here that have joined the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. I'd love if you can tell me in the chat. We've already kind of started here even before the stream started. But if you can tell me where you're coming from, I'm actually going to give a prize. I've got a little software here. We can actually see who is the furthest away. So you got to tell the truth, but let us know where you're coming from. And the person who is furthest away, I'm going to put something in the mail to you. It's going to be a little surprise. What we're going to do today, just so you know, we are going to unbox a couple of items that I have got. I have no idea what's inside of these boxes, so we'll have some fun together. I'm going to answer your comments, some like specific comments that I've kind of gathered from the channel over the last month. And then if you've got questions here, I'm going to do my best to answer as many as we can on the live stream here. And then there'll be a few news updates. And then I'm actually going to give you guys I'm going to give away a few things. Like I said, we're going to give something to the person who's furthest away. And we'll find some other ways to reward folks who interact here today on the live stream. Now I'm trying to bring up my chat so I can actually see what's going on. All right, cool. Javier is in the Philippines. Steven's in Gainesville. Let's see. Tom in Melbourne. Rod, you're in Kaukauna. I hope I pronounced that right. I was just in Wisconsin. I thought I was wearing the shirt, but I'm not. I was up in Whistling Straits, and it was absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Burlington, Ontario, Oregon, Kalgoorlie, Western Australia. That could be a winner right there. Rochester, Michigan. I didn't know there's a Rochester, Michigan. I knew there's one in New York. Portland, Netherlands. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Well, we've got a pretty international audience here. Keep popping them in. I see Seaconic, Massachusetts. My family's originally from Massachusetts. You might have heard my dad's Boston accent when you saw the Father's Day video, if you check that video out. And by the way, I guess maybe we can start with that. I just want to thank you guys for the overwhelming support on that video. I know it was something a little different from what you're normally used to seeing on this channel. Unless you've been following since the really beginning days. I know we've got folks like Mark Chili Dippa and David Branch in Michigan and folks like that who have been following since we first started as really a golf travel vlog. But as the show's become more of a golf reviews and equipment reviews and tech reviews, which I absolutely love, we haven't been doing so many story driven videos. So it was really fun to kind of pop one of those in there. And I wasn't sure how people would react to it. It was so nice to see your guys' comments and how overwhelmingly positive people seem to react to that video. You know, a lot of people have asked me like, why did I make that video? There you go. No Play Jack. Yep. I was in Salt Lake City making that video. Why did I make that video? I mean, I first made that video really, for me selfishly. I wanted to, document something I was going to, surprise my dad with, and, but I wanted to take people on a journey, and I wanted to kind of inspire folks to reach out to the loved ones in their lives, people they haven't talked to in a while. And there was a few comments there. People picked up the phone and called their dad or called someone who was really near and dear to them. We've got these very fleeting moments in life, and we got to spend them wisely. And that was pretty much the purpose of that video. I'm going to share my screen because we got a few comments on that video, and there's one in particular that I want to address. It was something I've been thinking about, but this comment was pretty spot on, and it was from the Radio Rejects. And it said, Gabe, this has been the best video you've made. It made me think of a golf foundation as a great path amongst many paths you will traverse. And here's what I say. He's actually really spot on, because this is something I've been thinking about. I'm not going to necessarily start a formal foundation here, but what I want to do more for other people out there. There's so many people that, maybe they're down on their luck. They're going through a tough time. Maybe they're struggling to get some of the golf gear that I'm able to get my hands on. It would be really nice to do something for those people out there. So I will say this: if you decide to support this channel, whether you join, we have channel memberships. We've got merch now that we just rolled out. I don't know if you saw that on the carousel when you're watching a video. All of those things. Steven's here. He's a channel supporter, and there's a few other supporters of this channel. If you choose to support this channel, a good portion of that I'm going to dedicate to really helping some folks out there who could use it. Okay, so just something I want to do, and you're going to start to see more of those types of story-driven videos from time to time. We won't do them all that often, maybe a few times a year or once every 6 weeks, something like that. But hopefully you enjoy those as much as I enjoyed making that one. And I just again want to say thank you so much for supporting what I'm doing here, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you next a little what's in the bag update. This actually came from a channel comment. I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find the actual comment, but someone asked or suggested to me. I told you guys I did a video recently. We did this what's in the bag, and I showed you I've kind of created a combo set recently. It's not your average combo set. I've actually got cast iron clubs with forged clubs, and it's kind of a mess. But I had a gap there between the 6 iron and the 7 iron of the other set, basically between my 165 and 180 clubs. And the suggestion was like, why don't you just use your old 6 iron? And so I've actually done that. So a quick little what's in the bag update. I've actually playing 2 6 irons, and I'm going to go play golf today with 2 6 irons. I think it actually works out perfectly. It's kind of weird in your head, like, oh, okay, I got 2 of the same club in my bag, but they're about 10 to 15 yards different. So it actually makes perfect sense. So it fills that gap. And I had 1 extra club in the bag, so it's going to work out. By the way, I'm playing down, I'm going to play a new course called IMG Academy. I think it's in Sarasota or Bradenton. It's about an hour drive from my house. So that's where I'm playing today. I'd love for you guys to tell me in the comments where you're playing, and we can reminisce about some of those cool courses out there. Last time we did something like that, there was a lot of conversation in the chat. So let me know where you're playing this week, and let the fellow golf people here know as well. All right, so where are we next? There is a couple of things behind me. I think we're gonna do a little bit of a live unboxing. So I really don't know what's in these, so we're going to have some fun together. It's my wife is kind of getting tired of seeing new boxes show up at the door. It's been kind of wild lately. This one, it's got some battery in it, so we're going to find out together what's in there. It's pretty good size. By the way, if you are just joining, because I saw that people are just joining, we're actually going to be giving away a couple of prizes today. First prize we're going to be giving away for someone who is coming from the furthest spot away, and I think the guys from Australia and the Philippines might be in the running there. I'm in Tampa, Florida, so let me know where you guys are from, and we will draw. Well, we're not going to draw. We're actually going to choose a winner. All right, here we go. We got a lot of bubble wrap. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses yet? Bandon Dunes? You're playing Bandon Dunes, Tanner? That is awesome. All right. This is the Earnest Sports ESB1. Check this thing out. So this is a launch monitor, and I've been waiting for this because I've been trying to do, I've gotten a lot of requests lately to do Rapsodo versus the Garmin versus the SC300i Swing Caddy, and now we've got the Earnest Sport. So these are all sort of in that same category, around give or take $500 or so for a launch monitor. And if you've tried this, let me know. I've yet to actually try this unit. We've got some directions. We've got a bag, and there's the actual unit. So a little bigger. If you've seen the Mevo, like the regular Mevo, or even the Mevo Plus, this one's a little bit bigger than that. And it's kind of on the light side, and you've got just a little screen up here. So we will be taking this out, and I will be doing that video very, very soon. Earnest Sports ES1, and maybe we'll give this one away because I've got a couple of launch monitors now. Unless I really love it, maybe I'll keep it. But I've got one more thing I want to unbox here together because I really have no idea what's in this box. So this is a Cobra Club of some sort. And okay, it says putter YouTube on it, so it must be a putter. Now, did you guys see the Ajera review? And someone, thank you, whoever commented on that video and told me the actual pronunciation is Ajera, I believe, or maybe I'm wrong and it was Agera. One way or the other, thank you to whoever pointed that out. I try to read all the comments. I've been trying to respond to all the comments on the videos, so keep suggesting things. A lot of the videos we did recently came directly from comments on videos. So the whole Costco series of videos was because someone asked me, have I actually played the Costco wedges? And that spawned that entire series, which I know a lot of folks found this channel from those videos. So please, if you're thinking about leaving a comment, maybe you're a little shy about it, don't be shy, because I read all those comments and a lot of great ideas come from that. So we'll see what's inside of this one. I have a feeling now, I know it's at least a putter. Okay. It is a putter. They wrap these things very difficult, and I have so many boxes and wrapping paper. Okay, so I talked about it, that I wanted to actually try out the blade version. These are these new 3D printed putters from Cobra. If you've actually tried a 3D putter, let me know. But there we go. There's the blade style. I think I'm going to have a little bit more luck with this one. As you know, I liked the Ajera, but it was like more of a mallet style putter, which didn't quite suit me. So we're going to give this one a try. And most likely I'll be giving away at least one of these 3D printed putters, because I literally cannot have any more putters in my garage right now. I've got too many. All right, I'm going to go to the comments here just for a little bit. Yeah, bull shucks. It's a little bigger than the SC300. Yes, I'd say it's right about the same size, but thickness is definitely thicker than the SC300i. The SC300i is a little bit heavier, though, for sure. Let's do this. I think it is time that we actually give something away here. So I've got a ton of rangefinders that have been coming in, and I'm only one man and I only have one rangefinder that I can actually use at a time. So we've got a couple here that we're going to give away. I'm going to give away this Blue Tees rangefinder. So where are we at in terms of who is the furthest away? Has anyone been able to beat Australia or the Philippines? Boston, we've got Land O'Lakes. You're really close to me, Matthew. Cherokee Valley, Greenville, South Carolina. All right, well, I'm going to go I'm going to go here. Let me share my screen, actually, and we're going to actually see who's furthest away on this. It's got to be either... Tell me again, if you're from Australia, tell me what part of Australia, because I want to get the actual city popped in. If you're from Australia, let me know. Someone either in Australia or the Philippines is going to get this. South Africa could be a winner. Tell me what the city in South Africa is. I'm going to write this down. Richmond, Virginia, Newcastle, England. Okay. South Africa. We've got a couple people from South Africa. So let me know if you're from like Cape Town or Johannesburg or someplace like that. Coming live from the moon. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no post office on the moon, as you pointed out. Yorkshire, UK. Very cool. All right, so let me share my screen here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to try to figure out who the furthest is. It's got to be, I would think, South Africa, maybe, just because it's another hemisphere. Australia's got to have a good chance, and Philippines would have to be close. Nels Pruitt. Okay, we've got a city in South Africa. Nels Pruitt. I'm going to look that up. Let me share my screen. All right. We'll do... I guess we'll do entire screen. What the heck, right? Okay. Hopefully you can actually see my screen right now. And I am in Tampa, Florida. We're going to go, I did look up Manila, Philippines. So we're going to go in kilometers because I know a lot of you guys are international. I'll show you kilometers and miles. Why not? Why not do both? As the crow flies, the distance from Tampa, Florida to Manila, Philippines, 14,654 kilometers. If we go to miles here, 9,105 miles to the Philippines. Okay. I'm going to pop in Nels Pruitt. Let's see if it shows up on this thing. Nels Pruitt, South Africa. It's there. All right. Nels Pruitt was very close, but it did not beat Manila. So Nels Pruitt's 8,377 kilometers, or miles rather. Let's do kilometers just to see. Not that it's going to change anything, but 13,481 if you're in kilometers. So a long way from Tampa, Florida. One more that I definitely want to try here is Australia. Did you tell me what part of Australia you're in? Kalgoorlie. Okay, Kalgoorlie. Let's see if it's a winner. I have no idea. If you think you know if it's Kalgoorlie or Manila, let me know. It wants to show up. It's trying to auto. I have to copy and paste this. Oh, here we go. Western Australia. So that's actually where my dad went. He always had this dream to go to Albany, Australia. So he finally did that. He got to do that about 10 years ago. All right, moment of truth. Whoa, 17,000 kilometers. And what is that in miles? 10,000. That beats Manila at 9,100. 10,984 miles as the crow flies. Ben, I think you're the winner of this beautiful rangefinder here. This is the Blue T. So this was their top of the line. They just rolled out like a new version of this, but this is actually their top of the line. This was the second edition. They've got a third edition, but this is a pretty damn good rangefinder. I used one as well. Try Singapore. Okay, Eugene, I will give Singapore a shot. I don't think it's going to be, but we're going to give Singapore a shot. Singapore. Whoa, it was close. Singapore was 10,373 miles, but just a tiny bit short of Kalgoorlie, if I'm saying that right, 10,984. Oh my gosh. Melbourne's further, Tom? Are you from Melbourne, Tom? Because I'll put that in. Let's see if Melbourne's further. To verify. It's not further. 9,632. Again, this is as the crow flies. So we tried, but definitely who was it? Ben, you got to send me your address. Ben Tiefenbacher. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm always very mindful of people's last names, by the way, because I've got this kind of crazy last name, Aloisi, which is very tough to spell and God forbid pronounce. So I'm always trying to be really mindful of that. But Ben, congratulations, man. You're going to get the Blue Tees. It's even unwrapped. I think they accidentally sent me 2 of these. And so I just never opened this one up. So this one's coming to you. Send me an email, and my email is letsplaythrough@gmail.com. Send me your address, and you are going to be the Blue Tees winner. All right, cool, guys. I do have more giveaways, so stay tuned here. We'll do something else here. Maybe I'll ask a trivia question or something like that, but someone else is going to win today as well. So we talked a little bit about about what's happening. I do want to let you guys know I've got something here, which this is the first time this has ever happened on the channel, but what is inside of this thing I've been waiting on for months, okay? 3 months. I try not to oversell things, but what I will say is what is inside of this, which I have yet to try out, but I am like extremely excited to try out. I think from what I have heard so far is going to be the most exciting piece of golf technology. And I wish I could open it for you right now, but there's actually an embargo on this. And this video is going to come out, I think, I got to find out exactly the embargo date. And I do think, by the way, I'm the only person that actually has this that's a reviewer. I think I'm the only one, because how I got this, it's a long story, which I'll tell you on the video, but it was not easy. And again, it's been a 3-month process to even see this thing. It's going to be the most exciting, to me at least, and hopefully to you guys, exciting piece of golf technology that's come out. And I, again, not trying to oversell it, the last 5 years. Here's why. The price of this thing is absolutely unbeatable and it's from a company that is probably it's right up at the top. It's a name you've heard, and I'm just tickled pink that I actually got my hands on this thing. So July 7th, give or take a couple of days, it's going to be right around there. I'm going to be releasing this video, and I'm actually going to get to test this thing out today, which I'm super pumped about. This is going to be something you do not want to like sleep on. If you want one of these, it's going to sell out quickly because I think, like I said, there's only 1,000 of these things. But I know it's a tease, but I want to make sure that you guys can get this because it's going to be super, super special. All right, what we're going to do now is I'm going to Saskatchewan, Canada. Yeah, hey man, hey Dave, it's good to see you, man. Dave's been following this channel for quite some time, and I always love to see friends of this show that we that are popping up over and over and over. All right, I'm going to share my screen. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually answer a couple of kind of mailbag questions that we've gotten recently, and talk to you just about some things that are going on. So this is kind of more news updates and Q&A here. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I did announce it a few minutes ago, but we released the new Let's Play Through merchandise, which you'll be able to see right underneath all the videos. We've got hats, polos, hoodies, t-shirts, all sorts of different things, water bottle in there, stickers, things like that. So there's two designs. We've got the official Let's Play Through logo design, and then we've got Hey Golf People, which I think is just kind of a cool way to let other people know that you're into golf. And it'll be fun if someone ever like catches you on the street wearing that and they're like, hey. I think that would be kind of cool. All right, so let me move on to a couple of questions here that have recently come in, because I think these will be fun for all of us to go over. So Brandon Watts asked me about a week ago, could you share your tips on how you golf by yourself? He's brand new to golfing, but he's a little nervous basically about getting out on the course with people. And Brandon, it's a great question because so many folks, when you first start out, probably the hardest thing in golf is to stand on that first tee. You've got 2 or 3 groups behind you and you've got to take a swing, like you don't want to, I mean, and that doesn't even end probably for the first few years of playing golf. If you've ever had that experience, let me know in the comments, but it can be completely nerve-wracking. So I totally get it. My tip for you, I guess, if you do want to like play by yourself to start with without a group of people, is you'll see on my videos, a lot of times I'm playing first out in the morning. But the thing about being first down is you got to be kind of quick. All right. So my number one time to play golf, actually, especially in Florida in the summer, is the last tee time of the day. And the reason I do that is because I've got no one behind me. I can take as much time or as little time as I want. It's also to me, the most beautiful time to play golf, especially if I'm going to film it or take some photos out there or just relax. What happens again here in Florida is the wildlife comes out at the end of the day, after the heat of the day. So they're active. The sun, I oftentimes get a great sunset. So I think the last tee time at my club right now is like 6 o'clock. If I play 18, I can probably do that in 2.5, 3 hours walking. So it's right perfect. Usually I'm ending and it's sunset and it's absolutely beautiful. So that would be the best time, I think, if you're going to try to play by yourself, is to do that towards the end of the day. Wabash Jones asked me, what do I do for a living? All right, so what I do for a living these days is what you're seeing right here. I'm doing YouTube golf reviews is my full-time job now. It wasn't that way even 6 months ago. What I had done for a long time, if you want to know a little bit more about me, is I had a membership agency for private golf clubs. So I would help these clubs who were struggling with membership find new members for their club. We ran marketing campaigns, those sorts of things for them. So I've been in the golf business for quite some time, more as a membership development role, helping clubs. A lot of you guys have seen my Bay Hill hat, and you probably see there's a Bay Hill flag behind me and a couple other flags. That's because Bay Hill for a while was a client of mine for the agency, as well as Latrobe, the property. By the way, if you ever get the chance to go to Latrobe, it's the home of Arnold Palmer, and I wish I could dig up this picture to show you guys. I'll post it on the community page, but if you've ever wanted to like geek out about golf clubs and golf technology, Arnold Palmer has probably, gosh, I don't even know, over 10,000 clubs. He was a tinkerer. So he would have every type of club you could imagine. And there's a picture of me standing in this room, wall to wall, with Arnie's clubs, which was like, the hairs were like standing up on the side of my arms and neck at the time. It was so cool. So if you ever get the chance to go to Latrobe or check that one out, that's a really special place. All right. So yeah. So what I used to do, membership development, helping these private clubs. I also had a podcast called, well, I still do this. It's called Private Club Radio, where we talk about the management of private golf and country clubs. And I was really lucky. I got to interview some of the most important people in golf, the managers of the properties you all hear about in these really exclusive places. So I got to learn a lot, and that's why I love doing it. I'm a very curious person. And that podcast became really popular in the private club world. So now I'm doing this though full time, doing YouTube. I absolutely love it. I love every second of it. I think it's the best job in the world. I hope I can continue to do that, and the support of you guys, buying merch, joining the channel, even just watching watching the video and playing the ad, that all helps. All right, so I'm hoping I can do it for a little while. We'll see what kind of a run we can make, but that's my full-time job. All right, we're gonna go to the next question that has come in. This came from Golf Addicts, and he says, "Hey buddy, by the way, Golf Addicts, I don't think I know your first name. I'd love to know it because you've been watching the channel for a long time, and I always try to call people by their name." But he says, "Hey buddy, what's your record round out there with your clubs? My course is a 9-hole built around our local river, so every hole has water on it." And I don't know if he actually told me what his score was, but I'll tell you what mine is. So you see, at my club here down the road, I've got 27 holes. So I've got 3 nines basically. There's a 9 called Pine, Cypress, and Meadow, and you'll see the visualizations of those every time I play. For the most part, I play 90% of the shows from that course now. So my best ever round on Pine is even par, which took me a very long time. It's a very tight, narrow course. If you ever see me do a review on Pine, you'll know that that's probably the most challenging in terms of shot placements. It's actually the shortest 9 of the 27 holes, but it's also you have to be a shot maker. So that's always the hardest one for me. On Cypress and Meadow, I think on both of those, I believe I've been 1 under. I think I had all pars and a birdie or something like that. Maybe this might be going back 1 or 2 years though. So in case you're wondering, I always say that these are reviews from a mere mortal. My current handicap right now as it stands, let's check Gin. I think I'm just under 5. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. 4.8. So we'll see how I play today. I've been playing really good though. This is probably the best golf that I've ever played in my life. But I always say these are reviews from a mere mortal because you see on the show, I'm not driving at 300 yards, 350. Some of these guys, it's crazy. I always wanted to just give folks a perspective from a more average swing speed. So there you go. Dave, can't wait to get back to Tampa for golf. I spent a week there in 2019. Great time. Yes, we have amazing golf courses. We're spoiled for choice here. And it's pretty awesome. All right, so I'm going to go to another question here that popped in over the week on this channel. Let's see, where did I kind of lost it. Here we go. Why are you, this is Michael Rude. Why are you always bent over talking to the camera? I love this question, Michael. It's actually, I don't know if you meant it as a joke or whatever, but I actually do bend over on these, and I'll show you the reason why. There's a very practical reason why when you see me talking, I'm bent over. This is why. So this is my normal setup. So if you were to see me out on the golf course on the morning here at Carrollwood, you'll see that I've got my camera. This is kind of how I carry it. I have it on a tripod in the bag like that. So what that allows me to do is I can actually, you'll see me, I'll take it, and I'll actually kind of walk and talk with that. And then I can stick that tripod back. If I have a really long putt or if I'm in a weird spot, I can actually take it out, set the tripod up. But it lives at that angle because number one, it's sitting in the bag. But number two, I know you guys have really enjoyed the shot traces. So to do the shot trace right, you need to see a lot of sky. And so that camera has to be at a lower angle in order for me to do the shot traces. So you see the red line or whatever. I can't do that if the camera's up at eye level. So yes, you'll always see it. I'm bending over talking to the videos until I figure out another way to do it. Or I don't think I'll ever have a production crew following me. That's not something I'm interested in. I kind of like golf for the fact that it's peaceful and quiet, and you've got a big crew running around. Just it's not fun. And I did that for the first few episodes of the show. If you go back to the archives, we had a very big production as we were doing these travel vlogs, and I quickly found that it wasn't something that I liked and enjoyed. I couldn't even enjoy the golf I was playing. So I much prefer doing it kind of solo. And that this little setup allows me to do that. So there you go. That's why I bend over when I'm when I'm doing these vlogs. So sorry you have to see. I guess it's better than seeing my crotch. All right. So it's either one or the other. You get the face instead of the crotch. All right. So Matthew just asked here, how does one get a chance to play at Carrollwood? Okay, well that is a private club, so I pay a monthly membership due or fee to play there. Dan asks, how old were you when you started playing golf? I'm super lucky in life that my father, if you saw the Father's Day episode, I told you that he had been a former golf professional. So I was playing right away, basically. At 3 years old, he put a golf club in my hands. I think I got my first set of clubs when I was 4. It's actually a shame that I'm not a better golfer than I am. I probably should be scratch or better. It actually took me, up until I was like, I'm 40 now. It took me until I was like 35-ish to really beat my father consistently. He's that good of a golfer, or was when he had all his strength and stamina and whatnot. So I should be a better golfer, but I started at 3 years old. All right, so let's see here. One more. I'm going to pull one more here. By the way, this is that blended set I was talking to you guys about. I actually had a picture of it. So my current setup right now, what's in the bag is 4, 5, 6 of the JPX Hot Metal, which is a cast iron club. I do like the Hot Metal 4, or not the Hot Metal, but the JPX 921 forged. In fact, an older set of mine was the JPX 850 forged. I love the forged feel, but I really love the distance of the Hot Metal. So I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit here just to get more distance. But now what I've done is I've added the 6 iron back to my MP20 HMBs, which are more of a forgiving. They look like a blade. They're not a blade. They're actually hollow there. But I've got a 6 through pitching wedge in that set. And now having 2 6 irons, it fills that gap. So that's what I was talking about. I actually had a visual there to show you. And now I've got 14 clubs in the bag, because last time I did this video, I had 13 in the bag. I took out the hybrid. The 3 iron the 4 iron from the Hot Metals is so long, it's as long or longer than my 3 hybrid was, which was crazy. So by the way, the next club that I'll be getting, we did something where you guys voted, what 3 wood should I try? And I took the top 4 votes and actually went to Edwin Watch, tried it out, and bought what you guys decided, right? Which ended up being a Ping G425. I'm going to do the same thing for the hybrid. That's the next club I need in my bag. I'm hoping I can hit a hybrid like around 230 would be ideal. So if you guys have suggestions, leave them down below. These are the clubs that I'll try. And I'll also put a community post up where we do a poll and you can vote on the clubs that you want to see me try. We'll take the top 3 or 4, probably 3 this time. And I'll actually go over to Edwin Watts and we'll try those in real time. One more comment that I'm going to pull, which I call the comment of the month. So Big Boy Pants, if you're watching this, or if you either live or in the replay, I want you to send me your address. It's letsplaythrough@gmail.com. Send me your address. I'm going to send you something. He says, is it me, or is this the new must-watch YouTube golf channel of 2021? This is like the US version of The Office compared to Rick Shields' UK version of The Office. I love Rick Shields, by the way. But if The Office were about odds and ends about golf instead of paper supply, it was just a hilarious comment. It took a little thought to put that comment together. So you're the comment of the month. And let me know your address. I do love Rick Shields. I love so many golf channels on YouTube. The Average Golfer I watch, who's over in the UK, SAS Golf, who actually featured our channel recently in his Costco videos, which was super cool. I think I probably giggled like a schoolgirl when I saw my face on his video, because I've been watching his videos for years. There's so many great. We're spoiled for choice here on YouTube with some really great content. So get out there, and if you're not watching Let's Play Through, hope you're watching one of these other fine folks who are doing it well. Shala just asked, what's my favorite Mizuno set of irons? All right, this might not be the answer you're looking for, but my all-time favorite Mizunos were MP33 blades. This is when I was young. I was like, how old was I? 26 years old, and I was playing the MP33s. That's when I could really strike the ball probably the best in my life. Loved those clubs. They were amazing. I think Tiger used to play, what was it, the MP28? Can't remember now. Let me know in the comments if you know, but the MP33 was just like the newest version of those kind of, and I absolutely love those clubs. In fact, I gave them to my dad. I gave him, you saw he needs new clubs. So I over the years, I've tried a couple times to convince him to get some new clubs. I actually gave him my MP33s, and he didn't really connect with them, I guess, or I don't know if he even tried them, but he had a little yard sale and he sold those clubs for I think he said somewhere between $50 and $75, which like absolutely broke my heart because I guess he really needed the money, but I would have given him $75 to have those clubs back. So. Currently, in terms of the JPX, which is probably or currently in terms of Mizuno's lineup, which is probably what your actual question was, I would say I like both of what I'm playing, which is why it's a combo set. I've got the MP20 HMBs, which for me is kind of the best of both worlds. It's forged face, at least. They're not like super pressed, but they feel good. They're really, to me, really forgiving clubs. So I love the MP20 HMBs, and then I've got it with the hot metals, so I can get that extra distance. So, all right, guys. Well, my tee time is in approximately about an hour, 2.5 hours, and it's about an hour and a half drive for me. So I've got to wrap up this live stream. But before I do, I want to give one more thing away, and I got to figure out the best way to do this. Well, I'll tell you this, Dave Zelenko, I'd love to send you something because you comment on all of our shows. I would love to send you something for you, sir. So please send me your address. Here's what we're going to do. All right, how should we do this contest? Here's what I've got to give away. I've got a Tasco rangefinder, which is kind of my pick for like a budget friendly, gets the job done rangefinder. Really nice. I love the size of this thing, by the way. The folks at Play Better sent me this. I should, before we wrap up the live stream, I should also give them a shout out because I wouldn't be able to look at a lot of this golf technology if it wasn't for them. So the Tasco rangefinder they sent me, and as I told you, I just have too many rangefinders, but I really love this one. To me, it's like the perfect kind of size. It's right around, I don't know, $75 to $100, so it's not going to break the bank. Somewhere around there. Let's say 100, something like that. And it's light. I travel a lot. It goes right in the bag easy. So I'll tell you this. Let's see. We've given one to the international audience for the person who was furthest away, which was Ben in Australia. Amazing, by the way. 10,984 kilometers. Just beat out the nearest at 10,373. Crazy. Oh, that was miles. We got to come up with a winner for the Tasco. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go back and look through all of these comments and pick out the wittiest comments. So I'm going to give you one more minute here to leave your wittiest comment or question, and I'm going to go back. We'll throw the wittiest comments in. Someone's going to win that, and then I'm going to pull a random comment. A random comment. If you've commented on this live stream at all, I'm going to put it into a generator. I'll post it on the community tab, but I'm going to give this one away. I can't do it right now because there's no possible way for me to stick these comments into a comment generator. But if at any point during this live stream you've left a comment, I'm going to go back and someone's going to be a winner. I will pull it for you guys. And I would just thank you for the interaction today. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great to kind of get to know a lot of you folks. I feel like in some ways we've become friends on this channel. The people that comment all the time, each and every week when we drop a video. I know the folks who are most engaged, they're there within the first 15 to 30 minutes. And I really appreciate the support you guys have had. I've got so many good videos coming at you. I've got the secret item, which again is going to be like July 7th. Make sure you watch that video. If you don't watch any other videos in July, watch that one. I will make a big deal of it. Probably you'll get sick of me talking about it. But we're going to do a series of videos on that one. I've got all these rangefinders I've got to review. We've got the Ernest Sports coming out. We've got that putter the Cobra putter. So we've got a lot of different things to look at. And again, I'm looking at the comments in the videos and I'm trying to cherry pick some of the ones that I think would make interesting videos as well. So please continue to let me know. Andrew, thank you. Mike, I've seen you a lot recently. Mike Warner, thank you, man. Javier, all the way from the Philippines, thanks for staying up late for us. I appreciate all of you. I can't wait to see you very soon on another edition